Hello, YouTube. My name is Stacy. I'm known here as flightyrambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. Hello again, friends. I am glad to be finally filming another video, an arting video. First off, I'm just enjoying this set of purple tweed that I created on my nails. It's my first time trying this type of decoration, and I think it is totally cute. I'll have a link to this video on how I did it in the top right hand corner. But today is not a nail video. In fact, no, it is an index card project. This is my substrate for today. This is 3 index cards that I've glued together to make it nice and sturdy. This is my bundle of index card projects. It's in this old ring binder here with the Nintendo controller. Like I said, I've been working on index cards for a while, a couple years. Most of these, some of these are recorded as videos, some of them are not. And at some point I will do a flip through of this. It's on my to-do list. Someone had requested flip through, so I'll put my efforts toward that soon. Just flipping through real quick, this and that. And this is my last one. I really struggled with this project, and I don't know if it ever did come out of the ugly phase, but this is my last one, and it is number 23. So this will be my index card number 24. The first thing I'm going to do is some scribble journaling with this pencil. And please do excuse my voice. I am sick. In the meantime, let's just get this scribble journaling done. I obviously had a lot on my mind, but that's this layer done. So for my next layer, I want to add some texture paste. So I'm going to use this texture paste by North Shore, and I'm going to use this Tim Holtz burlap stencil to add some texture all over the background. I'll just use my palette knife. Way more than that. Very nice. I'm going to flatten some areas. And then I'm going to go wash both of these, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just going to get this dry. Okay, so I've got that mostly dry. It's a little soft here, but I wanted to show you the actual texture. There's little bits of granules. Can you, yeah, the camera's picking it up, I hope. Like over here as well. But I've got some really good texture, and I want to play with that. But first I want to do some stamping. So I feel I want to do some script stamping, and I have all of my text stamps in this clear DVD case. And I think I'll use this one. Oh, this one's smaller. I like that one. And I'll go ahead and use my archival ink in black. I've had this for forever. I really should get it re-inked. Put it on my list. So I just want to do some random stamping here and there. Needs a bit more. Maybe I'll do some numbers as well. I think this is a fun stamp. Nice big bold. Nice. Okay, well, it's very muddied now. That's okay, it's only a layer. Okay. This is a great way to like sort out your stamps instead of digging through my big stamp box. I just have this DVD case full of different types of stamps, and I have another one for sentiments and so on. So it works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. So now I want to take advantage of all of this texture by adding some color. I have a couple options. I'm going to go look in my swatch book to see what colors pop out at me today. I think I'm leaning towards either the acrylic inks or watercolors. So this is the shimmer watercolor set. These are my acrylic inks, India inks, and watercolor, liquid watercolors. I will take this swatch book with me when I go to Michael's next time, so I can see what I want and what I already have, so I don't have to rely on my memory. And that way I can expand my collection. I think I'll use this watercolor set. I like how I'm going to use the yellow and the orange. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so this is the Jane Davenport neutral set. Gonna get some water on that to activate them. And I think this is going to be the first time I'm using this watercolor brush. So that'll be fun. I want to put some on my card so it'll run. And I'll start with the lighter color here, orange. Or sorry, mango. This one's the yellow mango. And then I'll go ahead and dip into the orange. Like I said, please excuse my voice. It is a little rough right now. And I'm gonna dry this. All right, so that's some color. I want to add some black and white. I'll start with the white. And for that, I'm just going to use this acrylic paint. And I don't know if you're supposed to use watercolor brushes on acrylic if it does anything. So just in case, I'm going to use a different brush for the acrylic. And then I'll get this, I'll put some over here. If you know if I should be using my watercolor brushes just for watercolor, please let me know. And I'm gonna get this layer dry. I want to add some splats. So I'm going to add some white, some water. And for today, I'm going to use the fan brush. Haven't used it for splats in a while. It's getting eaten up by the watercolor paint. So this is how it's looking so far. I want to add black values back. They got kind of washed out with everything else. And for that, I'm going to use some black acrylic paint. So I'm not really liking the black, it's a little too black. So I'm going to put down some white. Then I'm going to go ahead and add more watercolor. And some orange to brighten it back up. I'll keep playing with these layers. I want more white on the orange. Some more splats, 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 splats. So I'm happy with how the background is looking. I like the texture, I like the colors. I'm debating on whether or not to bring up the surface by scuffing this black ink pad, and I might just to yeah, I don't need to do too much there. All right, so now I'm going to work on my focal point. I've been drinking tea lately, so I have a plethora of used tea bags, but I want it white, so I think that's going to do. I also have this little collection of things. This is from a Tim Holtz piece of tissue paper, Tim Holtz tissue paper. Where's my card? That might work. That's pretty. I think I'll use that. All right, nice. All right, so in the end, it looks like this piece of Tim Holtz tissue paper is the winner. I want it to be more opaque against this busy background. So what I'm going to do is turn it over and paint the back side in white acrylic paint. Now you can see the opacity of that background. Potentially, you can see the color here and you can't here. It's going to be such a pretty flower. So I'm fussy cutting this out and thought I'd do a bit of a chat. Change of season. I've caught a cold or something going on here, so I'll take care of that. Pardon my voice for being all froggy. The great news is that my brother got discharged from the hospital. He's got his prosthetic, as well as a wheelchair, a walker, and all of the things he needs at his place to hopefully get around. He was discharged, and it was like almost to the day 4 months. And since my sister and I had promised we'd visit him every day, whether it was her or I, it was a long haul, so I'm grateful that's finally over. Not as grateful as I'm sure he is. He's fallen a couple of times, but you know, he's getting the hang of it, and thankfully he has a roommate, my cousin. So my cousin's taking care of him as best he can. So he's not alone, and that's good. That looks great. Yeah? Yeah. So I hope everyone out there is staying happy and healthy through this change of season and taking care of your health. Stay warm, stay cozy. Yeah, I think I like it there. I like the light color at the top. Okay. But that's the pretty part. All right, I like this down here more than I like up here, so I'm going to cover some of that orange with this flower. That looks really cute. So I'm going to use my collage glue to glue it down, which just basically matte Mod Podge. I didn't thin it down because there wasn't room in this container to start with, and then I realized how much I enjoy a thicker collage glue, so we're just going to leave it 100% matte Mod Podge, but in this container it's easier to get into. There's a bit of color pickup there. Which way does this go? I would say this way. And bring it down. So I'm going to use this big velocity in size 1.6 to create a stem. I'll just use this black acrylic paint, and I'll use this small brush. That got really thick. Oh no. What to do? What to do? Well, let's see if I can pick it up. No, it's there. That will have to happen. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no. Well, okay, it'll be fine. It's fine. But I do want to ink up all the edges with black, so I'm going to use this archival ink pad and see what that will look like. What do you think? Should I buy a new ink pad or buy a re-inker? I don't have one re-inker in my stash at all. I just have colors that I don't often use. I'm not much of a stamper. It's not my go-to, how to say. Okay, that's looking like something. Okay. So I think I can cover a lot of this with my sentiment cluster. Let me just... Sentiment cluster time. That looks cute, some of this. I feel the flower's kind of big, and if I add anything else, it's going to look like it's competing. So I think I'll just stick with this threads and this little bit here. For my sentiment today, I'm going to use my Dymo, my handy dandy Dymo. My sentiment for today is timing. Timing is everything, for sure. To glue everything down, I'm going to use this Fast Grab Tacky Glue. I'm going to use this bulldog clip to tack it down. So many layers of glue and strings and stuff. And I'm going to fill in this little area with some of these little cutoffs. All right, so almost dry. As I'm looking at it, I don't like this line right here on this piece of lace, so I'm going to cut it, or try to cut it. Oh, I didn't expect it all to lift. Whoopsie doodle. All right, I'm gonna give this some time to dry. Look what I did. I was in a hurry to dry it, so I got my heat tool on it. And yeah, if you can tell the difference here, I'm going to put this right on top. It's a little more noticeable. I should have known better, but I did get impatient, and there we go. That'll happen. So I'm just going to trim this down a little wider though, so that it can cover everything. Go ahead and clamp it again. So this is my card for today. I really think it turned out well. I like the orange values here, and the texture that I created is really fun, and you can still pick that up. The flower is really cute. I enjoyed cutting that out of that tissue paper, and I'm glad I replaced the sentiment. It's a little easier to read. It's timing, and that's just the truth. It's all about timing. And I'd love to hear what you thought of the card. If you'd like to leave a comment down below. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please go ahead, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.